Ever felt overwhelmed by the thought of an upcoming test? It's a feeling that's all too common, isn't it? You're not alone in this journey, my friends. Many of us have been there, faced with the looming specter of a critical exam, the pages of our textbooks seeming to stretch into infinity. You know, it's not just the intellectual challenge that tests pose, but also the emotional hurdles that come along with it. The fear of underperforming, the pressure of expectations, the struggle to balance multiple tasks. These are all real, and they can make test taking seem like an insurmountable mountain. I remember when I was in school, I had this history test that I was particularly worried about. I loved the subject, but the sheer volume of information that needed to be remembered was overwhelming. I was stuck, paralyzed by the fear that I would fail, and that fear, it did more damage than any lack of preparation ever could. It was a mental block, a challenge that I had to overcome before I could even start studying effectively. So let's talk about that. The emotional and intellectual challenges that make test preparation seem daunting. First, there's the sheer volume of material that needs to be covered. Then there's the pressure to perform well, not just from our teachers and parents, but from ourselves as well. And let's not forget the challenge of finding the right study techniques that work for us, because let's face it, not all of us study the same way. But here's the thing, these challenges, they're not insurmountable. They're not as daunting as they seem. They're just hurdles that we need to learn to overcome. And the first step to overcoming them is understanding them. Understanding that it's okay to feel overwhelmed, that it's okay to feel pressured, but also understanding that these feelings, they're not the end of the world. They're just part of the process, part of the journey into mastering the art of test taking. Remember, overcoming challenges begins with understanding them. And that's what we're going to do together. We're going to understand these challenges, and we're going to learn how to conquer them. So let's get started, shall we? Once upon a time, I too was a student struggling with the same fears and anxieties about tests. The night before an exam would be filled with a whirlwind of emotions, fear, anxiety, and a whole lot of caffeine. Like many of you, I would find myself cramming until the early hours of the morning, trying to memorize every line of my notes. I soon realized, however, that this method was far from effective. I remember vividly one particular instance when I was preparing for a crucial biology test. I had spent countless hours memorizing the textbook, only to forget everything once I saw the test paper. It was a wake-up call for me. I realized that understanding the material was far more important than simply memorizing it. It was a lesson that forever changed my approach to test preparation. From that point onwards, I started focusing on understanding the concepts rather than rote learning. I began to make a study schedule, allocating time for each subject and sticking to it religiously. I also started practicing with old test papers to familiarize myself with the format and expectations of the test. The result, my test scores improved significantly. More importantly, I was less stressed and more confident going into each test. This brings us to the crux of the matter. Preparation is not just about studying hard, but studying smart. It's about understanding your strengths and weaknesses, managing your time efficiently, and tailoring your study methods to suit your learning style. And let's not forget about the importance of understanding the format and expectations of the test. Knowing what to expect can significantly reduce anxiety levels and help you perform better. So, make sure to review old test papers, attend review sessions, and ask your teacher about the format of the test. Remember, it's not just about the quantity of time you spend studying, but the quality of that time. Good study habits, effective time management, and understanding the test format. These are the keys to mastering the art of test preparation. With the right preparation, any test can become less intimidating. From my story, you might have noticed how my focus shifted from fear to preparation. Now, let's delve into that. Focus, my friends, is the secret ingredient to success. It's the invisible thread that weaves together all the bits of information you've gathered, all the notes you've taken, all the hours you've invested in studying. It's the laser that cuts through the noise and distractions, enabling you to zero in on what truly matters. And when it comes to acing your tests, there's nothing more potent than a well-trained focus. Think of your mind as a spotlight. When you're focused, your spotlight is sharp and direct, illuminating the path to knowledge and understanding. But when you're distracted, that spotlight diffuses, its light scattering in a million different directions, leaving you lost in the shadows of confusion. So, how do you harness this power of focus? For starters, create an environment conducive to concentration. This could mean finding a quiet spot, putting away your phone, or using noise-canceling headphones. Each person's ideal study environment is unique, so take the time to discover yours. Another key to maintaining focus is taking regular breaks. Yes, you heard that right. The brain, like any muscle, gets tired. By breaking up your study sessions into manageable chunks with short breaks in between, you give your brain a chance to rest and recharge. This method, known as the Pomodoro technique, has been proven to boost productivity and focus. Finally, remember to practice mindfulness. This means being present in the moment, fully engaged in what you're studying. It's not just about memorizing facts and figures, but truly understanding the concepts. When you're mindful, you're less likely to be swept away by stress or anxiety, and more likely to stay focused on the task at hand. A focused mind is a powerful tool in any situation, especially during a test. So, as you prepare for your next big exam, remember to train your focus as diligently as you train your mind. For in the grand arena of test taking, it's not just what you know that counts, but how well you can focus on it. Remember how I overcame my test anxiety? It wasn't just about focus and preparation, but also confidence. Confidence, that elusive, intangible factor that can make all the difference. In the world of test taking, it's a game changer. Confidence isn't about knowing every answer or never making a mistake. It's about trusting in your abilities and knowing that even if you stumble, you can pick yourself up and keep going. You see, confidence is like a self-fulfilling prophecy. When you believe you can do well, you are more likely to perform well. You approach the test with a positive mindset, shaking off the nerves that might otherwise cloud your judgment or hinder your recall. Now, you might ask, how can I boost my confidence levels? Well, it begins with preparation and practice. The more familiar you are with the material, the more comfortable you'll feel on test day. But confidence also comes from within. It's about acknowledging your strengths and believing in your capacity to learn and grow. One tip to boost your confidence is visualization. Picture yourself taking the test and doing well. Imagine the feeling of success. This can help to create a positive mindset and reduce anxiety. Another tip is positive self-talk. Instead of thinking, "I can't do this," try telling yourself, "I prepared for this, I can handle it." Changing your internal dialogue can have a profound impact on your confidence levels and overall performance. Also, don't forget the power of a good night's sleep and a healthy diet. It's much easier to feel confident when you're well rested and nourished. Remember, confidence doesn't mean you won't feel nervous or make mistakes. It's about knowing that you can handle whatever comes your way, and that each challenge is an opportunity to learn and grow. Confidence, just like preparation and focus, can transform your test-taking experience. So, next time you're preparing for a test, remember to work on your confidence as much as you do your focus and preparation. It can truly make all the difference. So what have we learned about mastering the art of test taking? We've journeyed together through the labyrinth of test taking and discovered its secrets. Let's recap the key points. Understanding the challenge, the importance of preparation, focus, and confidence. First, we've learned that engaging the challenge is an essential first step. We've seen how understanding the nature of the test, the questions, and the marking scheme can illuminate the path to success. Remember, every test is different, but your approach to understanding its unique challenges should remain consistent. Next, we've uncovered the art of preparation. It's not simply about reading textbooks and memorizing facts. It's about strategic planning, time management, and recognizing your personal learning style. From flashcards to group study, there are countless ways to prepare, so find what works best for you. Then, we delved into the power of focus. We've learned how vital it is to maintain concentration during your study sessions and the test itself. From managing distractions to taking regular breaks, cultivating focus is a skill that will serve you not just in test taking, but in all aspects of life. And finally, we've explored the role of confidence. We've learned that belief in your abilities can dramatically improve your performance. Remember, confidence is not about knowing everything. It's about trusting in your ability to learn and adapt. Now, let's share some final tips. Always review your work. Mistakes are common, and a second look can often catch them. Stay healthy, both physically and mentally. A balanced diet, regular exercise, and plenty of sleep can have a significant impact on your performance. And lastly, don't forget to breathe. A calm mind is a clear mind, and a clear mind can conquer any test. Mastering test taking is an art, and like any art, it requires practice, patience, and a bit of creativity. So go forth and conquer those tests.